Following his triumph at the 2015 PGA Championship, Day appeared to have the world at his feet. By the end of 2015, he was ranked number 1 in the world, and many predicted he would become one of the game's all-time greats. Nonetheless, the Australian faced a difficult 3-year period during which he was hampered by a seemingly never-ending series of injuries. He has fallen to 129th in the world rankings, his lowest position since his second full season on the PGA Tour in 2009. Hello everyone, and welcome to another video. Today we'll be looking at more bad news for Jason Day. Never-ending nightmare. Yeah, you heard it right. However, after shooting a 67 on the third day of the Farmers Insurance Open, he is now tied for the lead with Will Zalatoris at 14 under. Before Saturday's final round, Day discussed his troubles and said that he faced a tough decision regarding whether or not to continue playing golf. Having continued though, he hopes to restore the form that once made him one of the sport's most promising prospects. You come from being the top of the world, and then all of a sudden, it kind of falls out beneath you, he said, describing the last 3 years as a big ball of stress. I'm obviously still not out of it, but I'm glad that I've given myself a chance at it. That's the ultimate goal, is to put myself in the position where I can win tournaments. I feel like it's been a long time, even though I've had some good finishes here and there in the last 3 years. It's been difficult to know that, like, hey, do you want to keep pushing it? Because it's painful either way. It's painful if I walk, it's painful if I keep pushing on, so I just kind of had to suck it up. You've just got to understand that it's going to take a long time for me. It may not have taken as long for other men as it has for me, but I must remain patient with myself and as optimistic as possible, because sooner or later, things will change. When Jason Day won the Farmers Insurance Open 2 years ago, it appeared that he was on his path to regaining his status as the finest golfer in the world. It was his first title in over 2 years, following a traumatic 2017 in which his mother was diagnosed with lung cancer and was given just months to live, and his wife Ellie suffered a miscarriage around Thanksgiving. A few months later, a victory at the Wells Fargo Championship provided additional evidence. This week, Day will make his first start of the year at Torrey Pines as the number 44 player in the official world golf standing, his lowest ranking since 2013 after reaching number 1 for the first time in 2015 and again in 2016. He is outside of the top 50 on February 10th. He'll also be ineligible for the WGC Mexico Championship the following month. More concerning though is the condition of his body and consequently his performance in the game. They explained on Tuesday that his ribcage is somewhat misaligned and begins to tug on various parts and muscles. If I swing frequently and putt in a stooped stance, things begin to tighten up. If I don't get that stuff loosened up and have a little bit of mobility, that's when things start to happen. It's not so much the swing itself. If I bend down to pick something up, my back will go out and I'll be out for 2 weeks, which occurred at least a few times during the past year. Day withdrew from the Arnold Palmer Invitational due to a weak back, and he later received an epidural injection. Then, right before the Masters, he needs an additional one. Day tied for 6th at Augusta National, but finished the year with only one top 10 finish. Ernie Els selected him as a captain's pick for the President's Cup at Royal Melbourne in December, but he withdrew from that tournament and the Australian Open preceding it, citing a sore back. It didn't help that he changed caddies 4 times, including when he hired Steve Williams. The two parted ways after just 6 tournaments. It was very irritating because I was unprepared for most occasions, Day remarked. The same may be said of the beginning of the year. This week's competition will be Day's first round of golf in 2 months. In addition to Russ, his practice remains limited due to his back. Day's coach, Colin Swanton, stated that the 32-year-old is restricted in the number of balls that he can hit, 50 to 100, and the amount of times he can spend putting. I can only putt for 30 minutes each day, said Day, who often spends 2 hours every day on the practice green. I am therefore a little bit behind schedule. However, I am pleased with how things have developed. Swanton, who spent the previous week prepping with Day in Palm Springs, added, the fortunate thing about his back is that there is no structural damage. Regarding swing, we are continuing to work on the same topics and making no significant adjustments. It is primarily about decreasing discomfort and achieving a stronger backswing turn by utilizing his trail leg more and increasing hip mobility. Despite Day's lack of preparation, Torrey Pines may be a welcoming sight. He also won there in 2015, placed 2nd there in 2014, and tied 5th there last year. Regarding his declining global ranking, Day is unconcerned. There are more pressing issues. I need to concentrate on becoming healthy and being 100% confident in my genuine capabilities, he stated. Last year was a bit of a difficult year for me because not only did I have back concerns, but I also went through 4 caddies. so there were a number of things that I was trying to figure out. I got the impression that this year will be better than last year because things are definitely different. So that's all from today's video. If you enjoyed it, remember to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that bell icon so that you never miss our upcoming videos. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments section below. Stay tuned, and we'll catch you in the next video.